Welcome back to another day two, second Q&A live stream. And today I'm going to be talking all about Islands of Adventure. Who's excited? Who's excited? There was a lot I want to talk about because I love Islands of Adventure. But we're going to start off immediately because a bunch of you guys posted comments. So let's just hit it off. We got Giant Peter's Adventure in the house. Always great to see Giant Peter. He says, Spider-Man is the best. Rode it twice on my only trip to Islands of Adventure. So we were going to ride it twice. And it's funny because Tommy from Tommy Toon World, literally me and him geeked out on that attraction because the facade looks amazing. But the queue, like the indoor queue, there was a lot of reference to the old Marvel cartoons from back in the day. Like, I mean, literally, like our childhood, growing up, watching those, it was phenomenal. And then the attraction itself, for being almost 30 years old, and it was an opening day attraction from 1999 when the Islands of Adventure first opened. I do have to say it's totally relevant, and I'm going to say this: I love seeing that they kept Stan Lee in that attraction. I love seeing Stan Lee in the attraction. That just pays so much respect and homage. I know he's always probably been in the Spider-Man attraction, but it's good to see him once again. We got Jacob Weller in the house. Good to see Jacob. I just bought my tickets today for Universal in April. Oh, are you talking about FanFest? Because I have some thoughts on that, but I'm going to save it way towards the end. David says, "What's up, conductor? How's Epic Universe?" So I talked about it last night on the Q&A. I'm just going to say this. Epic Universe was amazing. We are actually going back for day two tomorrow for us, me and Tommy. So, David, you said with Tommy Toon World and George and Abby, yeah, it was phenomenal. Did I enjoy Epic Universe? I absolutely did. Let's see. Giant Peter's Adventure says, "What are your thoughts on Storm?" I rode that like 7 times in a row when I went with my. So we didn't ride Storm. We didn't ride Storm, and we didn't ride Doctor Doom, but we rode everything else. But we rode Hulk, and Hulk was interesting. Like, I mean, the launch for Hulk was incredible. The ride queue, phenomenal. The fact that you have the Hulk statue in the front before you enter the queue, amazing. But the rest of the track wasn't themed. It was just a normal green colored track layout. But the launch was phenomenal. I do have to say the launch was absolutely phenomenal by far. Giant Peter says, "What are your thoughts on Seuss Landing, aka the land where my wallet almost died?" Oh my gosh. Tommy's laughing over here. Seuss Landing for me, just the complete entire land, it brought me back to my childhood. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I mean, I read all the Dr. Seuss books. I even tried when I was a kid, one time or another, I tried green eggs and ham, and I thought that was funnier than hell at the time, but it really brought me back to my childhood, so I'm very glad I was able to see it. Giant Pierre says, "I bought like 6 T-shirts for my family from the land, a bunch of Cat in the Hat themed mugs. I even got my Thing One shirt that I wore for HHN or Halloween for a few years ago. That's awesome. That's awesome." Giant Pierre says, "Marvel Superhero Island merch to me, as a big Marvel fan, is very generic stuff, like stuff I could go find at comic book store at the mall. I did, however, buy my brother a nice jacket from there." So I'm going to say this about Superhero Island. I'm going to tell you this: the fact that it's stuck in the late 80s, early 90s theming of Marvel. I love that because when you look at DCA and it's the new school Marvel, and then you see the old school Marvel at Islands of Adventure, you really get a better look at what the comparisons are and how the theme parks executed it. Like building it and creating the infrastructure, and it looks incredible. I hope they never get rid of it, quite frankly. It looked really cool. Let's see. Uh, Next question. Giant Peter says, compared to merch they have for Marvel at Disneyland and Disney Paris, where it's specific to the parks, even Paris making me buy a beach towel themed to Avengers Campus when I don't even go to the beach. That's hilarious. Let's see. We got Billy Rides a CA. They said, I still remember the Spider-Man commercials from the 1990s. God, you're bringing me back, Billy. It was such tease that they played those commercials in California. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And we got Chris West in the house. Always great to see Chris.
Hey, my man, Chris West. What's up, man?
There you go. You heard it. Shout out Chris West. He asked, how's your energy level after day 2? Adrenaline's pumping. I'm not tired. I could keep going. Tommy?
Ask that question in a week.
Yeah, ask that question in a week to Tommy.
We got 12 days left. 11.
11 or 12 days we have left. So for me, I'm energized, so I can keep going. I don't mind it. Let me see. Giant Peter said, I have a funny story about my second ride on Spider-Man. Basically, I took off my backpack as the lap bar was coming down and pulled in front of me right before the lap bar locked. Oh, that sucks. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Giant Peter says, I removed my jacket and the bag and I almost damn near flew out of the ride vehicle like 5 times. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. But walking in, I'm not even kidding. Walking into Islands of Adventure, since that park is almost 30 years old, it was opened in 1999. I have to tell you, just literally the archway walking in to where the bazaar is at, right at the beginning, and walking to the grand view of things where you either can go left or you can go right. But right in front of you is the lagoon, the massive lagoon, and then across the way on the other side you see Velocicoaster. You see the old school Jurassic Park themed buildings from the 1993 movie. You see some other stuff in the background across the lagoon. It was phenomenal. I think I have a picture in 2 different posts on IG, so Instagram, so definitely go check that out. But I took a picture of it. It's going to actually be the thumbnail for the Epic Universe, or I mean, for the Islands of Adventure video that's going to drop tomorrow. I got a few more clips I got to add to that video. I'm going to be uploading it tonight, though. So it will be available hopefully around the same time I dropped the Epic Universe video. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video because I enjoyed making it. We got Chris West. Favorite attraction of the day for Islands. Tommy, what do you think?
Hagrid's all day, bro.
So he says Hagrid's. I love Hagrid's too. But to go kind of opposite of Tommy, so I have my personal opinion, I think Velocicoaster hit. Like, I mean, I was not ready. Like, I kept saying I was ready, but I was not ready. Like, I mean, the first launch was amazing. Like, I mean, it was a launch that I've felt before and going through the different pieces of the track. But when that second launch hit, I'm not even kidding. When the second launch hit, and then we went to the very top of the top hat of the track, and we could see literally all of Islands of Adventure. That was amazing. But that second launch probably launched so hard. I don't know if that was like, I don't know what that second launch, like how fast it went. I don't know if it was 70 or 71, but I do know that Fast and Furious in Hollywood, um, I think that's going to go 72 miles an hour. So that's going to be just like Velocicoaster. But man, that was wild. Um, we got Cody Anderson in the house. Cody says, "How are the baddies over there?" Okay, I'm going to make this G-rated, okay? I'm going to try to make this G-rated. The baddies over here, screw it. I'm going PG-13. The baddies over here, I'm telling you right now, it's like the wild, wild west out here. Like, I mean, I was literally in hog heaven just watching. Not saying anything, watching. So the answer to that question, phenomenal. I'm going to leave it there. Chris West says, that's like your first real intense roller coaster. You know, actually, between that and Hagrid's, I'm not going to lie, both of them were intense, but I think Velocicoaster takes the cake on that one.
Velocicoaster was hella intense, bro.
Oh, it was...
That launch in the middle was insane.
Oh.
I've never been that fast. I've never done it.
Well, now you have.
Yeah, right. That shit was crazy as well.
Oh my gosh.
But Incredible Hulk sucked though. It kept banging my head around. Yo.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk for me, like, I kid you not, the launch was awesome, but everything after that was just basic track, no theming, besides the track being green. That's it. But I agree with Tommy. My head was thrashing around. So for a little while after we rode Hulk, I had a minor headache. Just a minor. Not like crazy, but minor. Chris West said, my favorite coaster is Velocicoaster. Then Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Wow.
Giant Peter said LOL on that baddies comment. That's hilarious, and put a bunch of laughing emojis. That's hilarious. No, but I have to say though, literally, since we're kind of talking about Velocicoaster and we're talking about Hagrid's, I will say walking into their version of Hogsmeade, like we didn't go through all of Hogsmeade. We went right at the beginning because literally the entrance is like literally right when you walk in for Hagrid's. But walking up to it, okay, this was weird. Walking up to it, because we passed the old Sinbad location. We didn't interact with the fountain. That's one thing I forgot to do. But when we walked past the old Sinbad attraction and we're walking towards Harry Potter, before we even hit Hogsmeade, literally right to the right was the Hogsmeade station for the Hogwarts Express. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am to ride that, because we do have Park Hopper for the Universal Parks. So what we're going to do at some point for the studio, we're literally going to jump on the Hogwarts Express, come to Islands, and if Hagrid's isn't like a bad wait, you might do Hagrid's and then jump back on the Hogwarts Express to go back to the studio park. But I gotta see what the wait time is, because literally when we're going to the studio park, we have a mission. We have E.T. We have to ride it. Have to. That's a must. We're gonna ride. We have E.T. What else is there that we were gonna ride besides the Hogwarts Express that I'm not thinking of?
We're gonna do the Bourne Show.
The Bourne Show. Thank you. The Bourne Show. We
E.T. Men in Black.
Men in Black. Definitely doing that. Oh, I know this is gonna excite Tommy here. So maybe I am excited for the Studios Park. Maybe I was being stupid and dimmed it down. Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley. I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Diagon Alley. Then if the attraction inside the Wizard Bank and Green Gods is not busy, I'm riding that because I want to ride it. I'm trying to think what else. What else was there?
I mean, Mardi Gras is going on.
We're gonna definitely check out Mardi Gras while we're at the Studios Park, because now I can officially say I'm gonna be at the first ever Mardi Gras celebration for me.
Oh yeah, hey, and then we're linking up with a special guest tomorrow, but you'll have to check out Instagram and stuff who we're meeting up with. But
absolutely,
big name out here from Hollywood, stretching it all the way to Orlando. So let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's gonna be fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be fire. And then we got Remy D in the house. Always great to see Remy D. Troller Coaster. I love it.
Hey, that's a solid name.
I love it. Chris West says, you could probably skip Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, we're probably going to skip Jimmy Fallon.
Bro, 100% we're skipping Jimmy Fallon.
That's crazy. The only reason I would go in the Jimmy Fallon is not for the attraction, but for the walkthrough, like the pre-show.
Oh, yeah.
Because I walked into the actual Rockefeller Studio 8A, lobby and all that stuff. So it would be cool to do that. But if we have no time, I have no problem skipping that. And obviously Supercharged, I'm not going in that piece of crap. So, nope. Chris West said, definitely try the butterbeer ice cream in Diagon Alley. It's different from the Hollywood one. So we're definitely trying that.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see. Giant Pierce says Fallon was the first ride I rode there. Okay.
Really?
Interesting. So like I said, if we have time, maybe I'll ride it. Maybe. But again, it's not going to be for the ride. It's going to be for the walkthrough queue that I want to check out. If we even do it at all. But going back to Islands, like I was saying, it's a different layout for Hogsmeade in the whole Harry Potter land, because right before you enter Hogsmeade, you got the Hogwarts Express Hogsmeade train station. That's fire. But literally, you can kind of tell a little bit right when you walk into Hogsmeade, their layout is a little bit different.
Right.
A little bit. But I loved Hagrid's. Like, I analyzed how big it was when I rode it, because I was on the bike and George was in the little sidecar, and we made a joke before we got on. I'm like, what if I rode the sidecar? I would look like a giant in a tiny ass seat. That'd be weird. So George is like, I'll take the little seat. You ride the bike. So Tommy did the same thing. He rode the bike, and Abby sat in the seat. I do have to tell you this, because I've been telling Tommy all day, me and George, it's funny. So we were second from the front. Tommy and Abby were in the first car. So they got the full version of it. And me and George are looking at Tommy and Abby. But Tommy, just his body language, riding it was so freaking funny. Me and George were laughing so hard, but it was kind of hard to laugh because the G-force was crazy. But we were laughing so hard on how he was like moving with the turns on the bike. It was hilarious as hell. Like, I mean, hilarious.
I'll do it again too.
Yeah, he'll do it again. It was so funny. It was funny. But after looking at the layout on how big it is, I will say, if they ever brought Hagrid's to Hollywood, the one thing I would love them to not do is the line queue, especially the indoor line queue, was super long, like way too long, I think. Like, literally, we have a buddy of ours. You probably know him on YouTube. He's an up and comer, but he's been on many collabs on YouTube with Jared from Capture the Magic and Orange Grove 55. Is theme park philosophy. He actually told George back in the day, he's like, when it was the grand opening for Hagrid's, he waited 10 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, I almost dropped to the floor. I'm like, he waited 10 hours. That's crazy. So if they ever did bring it to Hollywood, the line queue, especially inside, needs to be a hell lot shorter. And on top of that, I think the pre-show It was a great pre-show, but the pre-show was kind of way too far away from actually boarding the attraction, because after watching the pre-show you wouldn't have thought, okay, the next room we're jumping on the motorbike, and that was not the case. So I think the indoor line queue was way too long. Now I've been pretty persistent on where I would put it if they built it. The extended queue, the outdoor queue for Forbidden Journey, that never gets used except for right now for FanFest. I would use that as the entrance to, start walking through the queue, and where the studio tour load and unload area is, since they want to move that anyway, I would build the attraction right there. That would be fire. I think it's more than possible they could do it. So I'm not 100% sure, but that's where I would put Hagrid's by far. But let's get to some comments. I'm rattling on like crazy. So Remedy says, "Tell us how your day was at IOA." So my overall experience at IOA, 100%, I was not disappointed. I've been wanting to go to IOA for 20 plus years. So I literally checked off an item off my bucket list, and it could not have been possible without Hollow Gelato. George and his wonderful wife Abby, I swear they worked so hard to make this trip possible for me and Tommy Toon World. I can't even begin to tell you the work and the energy they put in to make this trip happen. And like I said, going to Epic was a new item on my bucket list, which I was thankfully able to check off. But IOA was another big one, and it's just going to keep going down the list, because we were on Hollow Gelato literally a week before we flew out here to Orlando, and he had Drew the Disney dude on. And I will tell you guys this, Drew was even culture shocked when George mentioned to him that me, theme park conductor, and Tommy Toon World would be experiencing 7 brand new parks that we've never experienced before. 7 new brand new theme parks to us. So he was culture shocked. He's like, how in the hell are you guys going to do that? I'm like, Drew, if there's a will, there's a way. And that is 100% true. My overall thought of IOA, I don't think I had a bad experience. I really don't. I think everything IOA has to offer from what I got to experience was fire. Now, would I have liked to rode Jurassic Park Adventures, River Adventure? Absolutely. And do a comparison? I would have loved to, but it just didn't happen. The other thing was, what was the other attraction that was closed that we didn't get to do? I thought there was one more that was closed that we didn't get to do. But I will say the lagoon area. Oh my gosh, the lagoon. That's literally in the middle of the park and everything surrounding it. Beautiful. Like, I mean, absolutely beautiful. I love the different perspective of Universal Hollywood Disneyland Resort. But I can't really say anything about Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World yet, because we're not experiencing that for several more days. But for Universal, even if Universal Hollywood did not have the production stages on the lot and they were able to build a full day park, I don't know. I think IOA, I think Universal Orlando just hits different. I don't know why, but it hits different. And like that body of water really complemented a lot of rides that surrounded Velocicoaster, Incredible Hulk. What else was there? The Mythos restaurant, which I'll get to in a second. Seuss Landing, the kind of people mover looking vehicle in Seuss Landing. Just everything, and just walking around it was beautiful. So I really love Islands of Adventure. I love it. Mythos though. Okay, Before we get to Mythos, though, I'm going to start with Lost Continent. I'm going to start with, you know, Poseidon's Fury. Let's start with that. Okay, I know that Universal closed it, and after looking at it in person, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I don't think they shouldn't have closed it. I think they should have kept updating it and keeping it relevant, but I don't think they should have closed it. When you look at Poseidon's Fury and the amount of detail that went into that, the rock work, everything, I will tell you, when they originally built that area, they literally spent money. Like, I'm not even kidding. They spent the money to build that. And it looked phenomenal. And George actually got to experience Poseidon's Fury before it closed. And he's like, I wish you guys wouldn't have experienced it. You wouldn't have loved it. But just looking at it, it looked beautiful. And I can't fathom them ripping that out and putting like a Pokemon or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, but if they really wanted to change that area to something else, I'd rather them keep the rock work. And I know it doesn't make sense, but to keep the rock work and put Zelda in there. It has that type of theming where you can get away with that. Because right now, I kind of feel if they rip out all that to put Pokemon, literally you have Seuss Landing, which is a cartoonish type IP, and then you'll have Pokemon right next to that, which is a cartoonish IP, and then literally not even steps away from the entrance of Poseidon's Fury, you have Mythos Restaurant, which I'm telling you, the whole outside of Mythos facing Poseidon's Fury looks fire. And I mean like detail, the waterfalls, the sculptures sketched or built into the rock. It was phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal. And the lagoon that Islands of Adventure has just pays total homage to that. It's crazy. Like, I mean, crazy. So I think Poseidon's Fury should have not closed. But if they want to do something new with it, I would say either put a new show that's relevant, or maybe put Zelda or something. I just don't know how I'm going to feel coming back and next year, but obviously it's not going to be completed, whatever they're building in that area by next year. But even the years after, I don't think I'm going to feel comfortable seeing what they're going to put there, because after seeing what Poseidon's Fury looked like, it was incredible. Like, just from the outside, because obviously we can't experience it. Remy D says, "Oh no, I'm not for keeping the old theming. They should start from scratch. Bulldoze Lost Continent." So Remy D thinks Bulldoze Lost Continent and start over. Okay, Remy, let me ask you this, because George asked us that question as well, but I want to get your opinion since you brought it up. Would you get rid of Mythos? I really want to know, because for me, Mythos it needs to be a historical landmark. That thing cannot be touched. I'm sorry. Like, the inside of that restaurant was so amazing, and I told Tommy this, and I even said it in the video that I'm going to drop tomorrow for you guys for Islands. I will tell you this straight up. Like, I mean, literally straight up. That restaurant, I'm surprised they don't have something like that at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, which is crazy. But let me answer Chris West real quick. Chris said, how do you feel walking through their city walk to get to the park? I'll get to that, Chris. I'll get to that, because I want to talk about that for sure. Remy said they could keep Mythos, retheme it, and call it the Lost Restaurant. Interesting. Okay. I'm not opposed to that. But I have a whole new respect to Mythos after eating there. Like I said, the inside of the restaurant, breathtaking. Our waiter, I think his name was Edgar, right?
Yeah.
Edgar, our waiter, phenomenal. Great customer service. Always kept checking on us. It was phenomenal. And our food looked amazing. It tastes amazing. And you guys are going to see that in not only just my video, but Tommy Toon World's coming out with videos on it, and Hollow Gelato's coming out with a video on it as well. But the food was like phenomenal. And I mean like phenomenal. And what's funny is like when Tommy did like a food review, I don't know if it captured.
I just dropped it.
Oh, so Tommy just dropped the food review for Mythos. So
no, I did the my bad. On Instagram, I dropped the dessert from there, the Dubai chocolate cheesecake.
Okay, so he dropped the Dubai chocolate cheesecake on Instagram on his channel Tommy Toon _ So definitely go check that out. One thing I will say though is when Tommy was doing food reviews, I don't know what it was. George had like, it was funny because George would look at me. Well, he would look at Tommy first, and then he would look at me and start laughing. And it's like a contagious, like, I don't know what you would call it. It's just contagious because when he starts laughing, I start laughing. And literally, I have to like turn away or hold like my hand over my mouth because I don't want to ruin his video.
Like character too.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. I don't want to interrupt Tommy's video. So we're like, me and George are just like laughing to the point we're crying because we're laughing so hard because we laugh because Tommy has so much passion and we enjoy watching him film the content. But I'm telling you, we were laughing so hard. It was so funny. Like, I wish Abby would have like taken her phone and just filmed us laughing in the background. I think we need to do that for the next like restaurant and just have her film me and George just laughing our ass off. I think it would be funnier than hell. But I'm gonna tell you this: the food was phenomenal. Like, I mean, phenomenal, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay, so let's get to some comments here. Giant Pierre's Adventure said the lamb burger at Mythos. So I don't know if it was the lamb. Okay, it's not. They changed
the menu.
Yeah, they changed the menu, so the lamb burger is not there. But I had Wagyu beef burger. That was fire. Like, the Wagyu beef was phenomenal. Like, it was phenomenal. It was awesome by far. And just literally all the food, there was not one disappointing thing we got. There was probably what, a total, like, and I'm talking not dessert, I'm talking about like appetizers and dinner. We probably had what, 10 items?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so we probably had about 10 items, and we did family style. So each one of us got like a little bit of each plate. Oh, it was fire. It was fire.
Yeah, it was.
Giant Pierre says they kind of do with the Trevi restaurant. That is right next to the fountain at Caesars. Oh, that's interesting. Tommy, have you been there?
No.
Trevi?
No,
okay. At Caesars? Okay.
Oh, so you were kind of saying something like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to definitely check that out when either I go back to Vegas or we go back together. Giant Peter says, "Welcome to the Mythos Club, headed by George and myself." Hey, I'm part of it. Yeah. I'll be part of the administration. Why not? Or fan club, whatever you want. But yeah, it was phenomenal. Giant Peter says their burgers there are so freaking good. Yeah, the Wagyu beef burger was phenomenal. Like, I was not disappointed one damn bit. It was phenomenal. I didn't eat the bun. The only reason why, because I literally cut the patty in like fours, and I ate 2 pieces, and Tommy and George ate 2 pieces, but it was freaking awesome. And then because it had fries, they had a oil, I can't even say that right, aioli sauce, and that was fire. And I said, Tommy, you gotta try this. You're a food reviewer. You gotta try this. He tried it. He's like, dude, that was fire. I love that aioli. And then George tried it. He loved it as well. So that aioli hit the spot. Giant Peter says, I remember getting the appetizers. The appetizers were fire. I got it was the lamb meatballs with what was that other thing that was on the plate? Oh shit. Well, that was good too, whatever it was. It looked like mashed potato, but it was something else.
Polenta.
Polenta. Thank you. It was polenta. The polenta was good. And then George had it was almost like an octopus. That was really good. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but that was really, really, really good. And then Tommy kind of had like this flatbread, and that was fire. That was fire. And then Abby had calamari. That was fire. Like literally every single food item we had from start to finish, no disappointment. Zero. Zero disappointment. That's why I think Mythos should be a landmark and protected so it never gets ripped out because that was fire. Remy D says, did you explore Camp Jurassic area? We did not. We did not. Because Camp Jurassic, I don't know. We didn't walk in there because when I think Camp Jurassic, I kind of think it was like a kids area. And I didn't want to be walking in there with a camera because that might have been intrusive. I could be wrong though. But Toronto Flyers, that other secondary location attraction, that was closed for refurb, so we couldn't even ride that if we tried. But I know that's for little kids anyway. They don't let adults ride that by themselves unless you're accompanying a kid. Then they'll allow it, but that's about it. But Mythos was awesome. Like, I mean, I can't say enough of it. George, are you back in here? No. Okay. Oh, he disappeared again? Okay, never mind. But I have to say, I think. Oh, okay. So this is one thing I loved. Okay, going back to Velocicoaster, I'm going to tell you guys this. Even though Velocicoaster is Jurassic World, like the newer Jurassic movies, I love that the mass majority of Jurassic area or land, I'm going to call it land, is based off the 1993 Jurassic Park theming. I loved it. The Discovery Center, oh my gosh, so awesome. We didn't go downstairs, we just stayed upstairs. But we walked through the downstairs. We didn't film that, but it looked phenomenal. Oh my gosh. And then just all the areas surrounding, Velocicoaster, the visitor center, River Adventure. Literally, I'm not even kidding. I love that. I wish we could have kept the Jurassic Park theming at Hollywood. I don't know why we decided to go different. I'm not disappointed by it, but I wish we could have kept their original. But they actually have the best of both worlds. They have Jurassic World, then they have Blue, which is basically the entrance to meet Blue is Jurassic World themed. But the River Adventure, the Discovery Center, a lot of the areas surrounding Jurassic World and that Velocicoaster or that Blue meet and greet is all 1993 Jurassic Park theming. It was fire, and I mean fire. It was so awesome. Giant Peter says I had the calamari there too. Yeah, it was really good. Chris West said, "How do you feel about the lockers and the metal detectors?" Okay, okay, that is a great question. So, the lockers, they are so tiny. Like, I mean, I have a small bag, so I lucked out. But anyone that has a big bag, they're like screwed. I don't know if California is ready for that yet. I don't know. I think for Forbidden Journey, they have the small lockers too for Hogsmeade out in Hollywood, but I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're because Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is not going to just have these lockers that we have or that is out here in Orlando, but I don't think they're ready for the metal detectors. Because the metal detectors, it was weird. We walk through it before we get actually through a small little queue past that to get on the actual ride vehicle. And it's funny because Tommy got triggered. Like they asked him, what do you have on you? I think the first one I didn't get triggered. The second one I got triggered. I think it was for Hulk. Yeah, it was for Hulk. I didn't get triggered by the Velocicoaster one. So it's kind of hit or miss, but I don't think the people in Cali are ready for it. I don't think so. Um, let me let me think. But I do love the Jurassic Park theming. Like looking at it from across the lagoon, it's fire. I have no disappointment, none. Um, the shops, and I forgot to say this for the Epic Universe as well. But literally the shops and the restaurants, the theming is beyond what I would ever imagine. Gift shop or restaurant, every square inch is themed. Hollywood, they can get away with not theming every inch of the stores and restaurants. But out here in Orlando, I'm starting to see a pattern, whether it's the stores being heavily themed and it's at a grand scale. Same thing with the restaurants and the ride queues are like literally detail oriented. Like every square inch of the ride queues for each attraction are like detailed, and it's insane. Like I mean, crazy. Remy D says the most annoying thing for me visiting Universal is the lockers. Yeah, that's something that you have to mentally prepare for, or at least research it before you go. Like I said, I'm glad I don't have a big bag, so it worked out in my favor. But people that don't know that and that wind up bringing like a backpack and it's big, they're gonna have issues and they're gonna get frustrated. I can totally see it. I could totally see it. Now, I'm gonna say this. Let's see. Chris West says, "How many steps did you clock today?"
Let me look.
Well, Tommy's gonna look. I'm gonna look on mine. Let me look real quick, because that's a very very interesting question.
Only 16.
16,000.
Epic was 22.
Okay, so Epic was 22. So for me, I'm at 16.
Yeah, wait till dude, we fucking look at with each other. Oh, sorry. Man, Disney World's gonna be worse. So probably like 30K
Yeah,
at the time. Yeah.
30K for Disney World. That's gonna be nuts. But yeah, 16,778 steps, 8.46 miles. That's what I rode, and I burned 903 calories.
You ate it all back though.
Yeah, I ate it all back in Mythos. True. And then standing, I stood for 13 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now for Epic, I'm glad you brought that up, Tommy. So let me look at Epic. What day was that?
Yesterday, so that was the
Thursday.
5th.
Okay, get this. For Epic Universe, okay, this is interesting. For Epic Universe, 1,063 calories I burned.
Wow.
17 hours I stood. Almost nearly 17,000 steps for Epic. I 100% believe that. You know what's funny? This is what's funny. The traveling day. Okay, the travel to landing in Orlando. 1,230 calories burned, 96 minutes of exercise,
Damn.
15 hours of standing, 21,632 steps, distance 10.79 miles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. Let's see. Got some other questions here. Giant Pierre says, I unfortunately did not have the time for the coasters because I got there very late with a park hopper and had issues with my DAWs. Yeah, DAWs is something that seems to be a growing pattern of annoying and just not working out the way it should work out for people that need the DAWs system. So I'm sorry you missed out, Peter, but hopefully you can make it back out here because I'm telling you what, you ride the roller coasters, you're going to get a whole different perspective on what you think you know about these coasters until you actually ride it. It's a whole different level, and I mean a whole different level. Now, Chris West, I think it was Chris West asked about City Walk. But before I get to that, I want to talk about something else for the next 5 minutes because City Walk, I kind of feel like I can talk about that towards the end because we only got about 14 minutes left because we are going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a 1 hour Q&A session every night after the park I explored that day. Um, I want to say, literally, there was no disappointment to Islands. Now, Tommy kind of had a different feeling on it, but for me, I think Islands, for me, being that, again, it was something I checked off my bucket list that I wanted to do for over 20 years and finally got to do it. Seeing the superhero Marvel Island and understanding why they won't get rid of it because of Disney owning Avengers and Marvel, and the fact that Universal, it's like literally grandfathered in where they can keep superhero Marvel Island as long as the themings that from the 80s and the 90s. That's fire. And just the character interactions, I kind of feel are so much different out here than Hollywood. Like it's a whole different perspective. Like someone said earlier, I forgot who it was, if it was Giant Peter or David. I think it was Giant Peter asking me about the baddies. It's like the Wild West out here, not just with them, but like it's a whole upscale level of entertainment. And we haven't even seen one show yet. I'm just talking about walk around meet and greet characters like Popeye and um what was her name, Tommy?
Oh, what were you talking about?
Popeye and Olive.
Olive Oil.
Olive Oil and Popeye were phenomenal meet and greet characters. And then we're eating at a restaurant. Should I tell him, Tommy, or no?
About Betty?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're eating at this restaurant, kind of tied in the superhero island, like right next to it. And I'll tell you what, Tommy's like, is that Betty Boo right there? I gotta go say hello. And actually, is that on Instagram right now?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, so definitely go check out Tommy Toon _ on Instagram. He has the Betty Boo interaction, and me and George are like, "Where are you going?" I see Betty Boo. I gotta go talk to her. So he ran after her, and I thought it was great because when you watch it on Instagram, it was a phenomenal interaction with Betty Boo. Like, I mean, top notch. I think with her, with Popeye and Olive or Olive Oil, and then you got, we saw Captain America in his 80s, 90s costume. That was fire. We didn't meet him because the line was too long, but just seeing them, phenomenal. Then I would say, what else? What other meet and greets did we do, or was that it?
That was about it.
But we did see other meet and greets, but we didn't go do it. But the meet and greets out here at Universal Orlando hit so much more different than Hollywood. So much more different. Like it's elevated. Now I'm kind of wondering the same thing for Walt Disney World, how the character interactions are going to be, and do a comparison on that. I can't wait to do that. But since we are at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to talk about City Walk. Oh my gosh, where do I even begin to start? The City Walk. First of all, when we got dropped off for the ride for Uber, okay, this morning when we got dropped off, and the walking like electric walking pass, that was fire. Like we don't have that in Hollywood. That was literally fire. So people that don't want to walk, and you could just ride an escalator that's flat, that'll take you literally forward. That was fire. So I really loved that a lot. It was very cool to see the welcome the Universal Orlando Resort marquee sign. That was really cool before we walked in the City Walk. That was really awesome. Um, their security. I want to talk about this because Tommy was interested on hearing my opinion on this. He said I should bring it up. The security. I kid you not, a lot better at their job. Like Universal Orlando has their own security, and it even says on their patches, Universal Orlando Security. When you look at Universal Hollywood, they use a third party security company that kind of they try to do their best, but I kind of feel like they go through like hire and fires like crazy. So we get a lot of new people for security. So there's a lot of issues at times trying to bring in a tripod, like a handheld one, or the mics, or sometimes that could be a hit or a miss going in it. But Universal Orlando Security, which is literally Universal Orlando Security, it's not a third party. I think from what I've seen so far, they are better equipped to handle guests. They know what to look for. They're trained and they're great at their jobs. So I love that. And literally, I think you guys can see it on my Epic Universe video right at the beginning. As we're heading towards the Chronos, we had this one security guard. Like, I'm not even kidding. He was hyping people up. It was crazy. He was hyping people up. It was nuts. So that was awesome. And you don't see that with that third party security that we have in Hollywood. So I would hope going forward, Hollywood gets their own Universal Hollywood security and get rid of the third party. I think that needs to happen. But down the road, obviously, because I would love more things to come. But Universal Orlando City Walk, everything is at such a grander scale. I can't even begin to tell. We only explored a tiny bit, a fraction, but we saw cowfish. We didn't eat in there. We just passed it. Cowfish, Big Fire, which I told Tommy Toon and I told George we have to do Big Fire. I want to do Big Fire. I want to do it so bad. But as we're walking towards Islands of Adventure, I'm not even kidding. Massive body of water and the water taxis. That was fire. And then Giant Pier says the Antojitos. The building looked massive. It looked gigantic. It was huge. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. It was crazy. Let's get to some comments real quick before I continue. Remy D says, what did you think was better, Battle of the Ministry or Forbidden Journey? Battle of the Ministry.
Battle of Ministry.
For Forbidden Journey doesn't even compare to that. No way in hell. Battle of Ministry. Giant Pierce says the total opposite. Interesting.
Oh wow.
Twosomes. We didn't go in the twosomes. We saw from the distance, and now it's fire. That security guard is icon and viral. He is. You know what? If he's there tomorrow, Tommy, the security guard for Epic,
okay,
we should film that for TikTok.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. He's on my I got him on my video.
Yeah, I got him on mine, but just like a solo clip of him.
Yeah, let's do it.
For TikTok. That would be fire. Giant Peter's Adventure. He said he was he was um he was the one he was the one who made fun of the dude wearing the Epcot shirt. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Giant Peter says it gets pretty cold at City Walk at night. Actually, I was not cold. I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and I was not cold.
No, it's not cold at all.
No, no, absolutely not. And then Peter said the Universal Great Escape Rooms. We didn't do that. We saw it off in the distance. We didn't do it though. But we did. Tommy took a picture. I didn't do it. The Red Coconut Club. So I told Tommy I want to check that out because it's Mardi Gras themed. So I just want to go in there and film. But I would love to check that out if we can. Their Hard Rock is ginormous, all by far. It took me like 30 minutes to see everything in that restaurant. That's crazy. But I love their Hard Rock because it looks like the old like Greece Coliseum from back in the day, like in Greece, which is still I think there. It's a landmark, but that thing looks phenomenal. Remy D said he was a Disney employee. He wouldn't be he wouldn't have been let go. Oh, interesting. Hudson Thomas said, "Do you have any good quick service or snacks, or did you have any quick? Did we have? Okay, I don't think we did any quick service. Did we?
Today?
No, we did all sit down.
You didn't do the quick service. We did the comic strip cafe.
Comic Strip Cafe. So Tommy Toonwell and Hollow Gelato did the comic strip cafe. Interesting.
For anyone who goes into Toon Lagoon and goes to Comic Strip Cafe, get the Dagwood sandwich. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that looked fire. That looked fire. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna finish up this city walk, and then I want to get your reaction on something I said about Mythos, but I want to get your reaction. So City Walk, I kid you not, the Epic Preview Center, we walked into that because I was looking for the opening day coin. No one had it, so I got to buy it online. But seeing like the scale model of Epic Universe was phenomenal.
And people are still interested. It was packed in there.
Yeah, it was packed.
So the fact that the park is already open,
yeah,
and people are still going in looking at the model,
yeah,
that shows that people are interested in looking at stuff like that, and that's where I wish Disney would get back in.
Yeah, I wish we had the Blue Sky Cellar to do that. But literally, the whole city walk was ginormous. It was awesome. If we had one day just to explore that, I would, because I could be in there all day just exploring it. But looking at off in the distance, you had the Hard Rock, you had Twosomes, which looked so much better out here than it does in Hollywood by far. Then you had the Universal Globe. You saw the archway for the Studios Park, which we're going to hit the day after tomorrow, I think. That's going to be fire. I can't wait. But George, I have to get your opinion because me and you, okay. So me and you were dying. So Tommy was doing food reviews, and I swear it was like a chain reaction. I have to go back to this. It was a chain reaction. Like literally, you looked at Tommy, you started laughing. You put your hand over your mouth. You looked at me. I started laughing like dying. And me and you got to a point where like we're crying because we're laughing so hard. It was that bad. I had to turn away a couple times when you started doing your food because you couldn't even focus. You kept looking at me and laughing like crazy.
I kept looking at you because I knew if I kept looking at him, I wouldn't be able to stop.
Oh my gosh, it was.
And honestly, what that is with me is because I'm very easy to laugh.
Too.
I have a very funny bone. And it's not that I do it to make a mockery out of Tommy's work.
No, bro. If I can make y'all laugh, bro, that's my goal.
He does phenomenal work, but it's just how he does because he is very serious with it.
Yeah.
But I think because he is serious, that when he talks about something and he uses his certain vocabulary when describing words, it's just a fun because what got me was the pork chop. He literally held it up with one hand and he says, "I know how to use my handle." And
Oh my
like, that's
Dude, that was fire.
That's so dumb.
Oh my god. Oh my dude, that was so funny.
that was it. It was over.
Oh no. There was an ending part to that. When it came to the dessert.
Oh man. It's
Oh my god, we were dying, dude.
Yeah, we did laugh at the dessert. Yeah, because he picked it up, he held it with the plate. He took a bite. And I don't know, it was just the expression on his face when he was talking but he said something.
I can't even remember now.
I can't remember.
Because I was dying laughing.
That was it. I couldn't. Yeah.
You couldn't handle yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And then literally when you did your food review for what you got the creme brulee and what was it?
Oh yeah, I got it was the creme brulee, but I took a bite out of it. I said something and I just looked at you and you shot me this look. And I was already in the middle of recording. I just had a pause.
You had a pause.
I had a pause.
And then when you resumed, I actually looked the other way because I couldn't even look at you. I couldn't even. And then finally, after Tommy and George and Abby did their food reviews, I'm looking at mine because mine was a sim.
Wait.
Okay.
This was the icing on top of the cake. No pun intended. So we all got. There were 4 desserts, which oddly enough, we each got
different
each of the 4 desserts.
Yeah.
So Conductor got the banana.
Here we go.
No.
It was the
cinnamon banana. What was it, babe? The cinnamon banana. What?
Bread pudding.
Bread pudding.
Oh my God! Here we go.
And so Tommy said at the very beginning, "Who has the hottest dessert?"
Oh
Yeah.
God!
That's like cooked. That's like freshly hot.
Oh
you gotta
God!
take turns doing the
Right.
content.
Yeah. It's a process.
It is.
So.
Oh God!
So no one said anything, thinking, okay, it's fine. You know, Conductor thought he was fine with his dessert. Now with the bread pudding, they top it with ice cream.
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go.
So Tommy did his.
See, you can't even
I
focus.
did mine. I did Abby, so I turned the camera and had her do hers. By the time it was Conductor's turn, he started like literally talking into the camera without even looking down at it. And I didn't mean to. I think he may have got the audio on the thing. I just looked at it and I said something. It's a puddle.
Dude, you said it was a puddle, and then when I finally looked at it, I'm not even kidding. When I looked at it, it literally looked like a deflated sponge, and I was dying.
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, you lost it.
I did. I lost it because you still had to make it so serious about what the dessert really tastes. But you tried your best. But the fact that you tried making it so serious, and I'm looking at this pathetic sponge cake on a plate.
Dude, it was so fucking funny, dude. Oh my God. I was like dying because when I'm trying to when I was being serious and trying to eat it and give my opinion on it, I just look at you and I'm like, okay, this is over because you were dying, hunched over, laughing, crying, like literally the whole 9 yards of emotion.
I swear, I wish if I would have known that was going to happen, I would have kept my camera rolling.
Oh, dude.
And I would have got that whole thing from beginning to end.
So this is a suggestion I said.
I have to get in the habit on this trip, especially with us, because I have a feeling more stuff like that is going to go down.
Yeah.
I just have to just keep the camera rolling.
Well, okay, so this is what I was suggesting because Abby's kind of off to the side, after you guys do your review for Hollow Gelato, I think Abby needs to take the camera. Okay, Abby needs to take the camera, and as soon as Tommy starts doing his review, Abby's not even focused on Tommy.
The camera on.
Exactly. Well, no, obviously have the camera on Tommy too, but I think the more entertaining thing, once Tommy explains what's going on, Abby
can actually stick it in the corner of the table.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, that would be a video in itself.
Just that alone.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
because
Mythos was probably so glad when we walked out.
Oh,
They were
dude.
probably like, "Oh, thank God they're gone." Because
dude, I'm telling you though, like if anybody gets a chance to dine, like eat at a sit down location with Hollow Gelato, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be something that's going to go down, and it's going to be like so memorable because we did it at Mythos, and then we did it at Atlantic. Okay.
that's when it all started.
Yeah, so it wasn't even Pizza Moon
No, it was because Pizza Moon was like we had like laughs and everything, but it all like stemmed from Atlantic, especially with that passion fruit.
I told Tommy earlier, I'm still feeling the effects of it. That was like not good.
That was a bad odd combination.
That was real bad. But I'm literally like tonight eating at Mythos. That was like that episode of American Dad where Roger plays like the evil villain and he's like Oscar Gold. That was an Oscar Gold like experience at Mythos.
Us at Mythos felt like a scene from Seinfeld.
Oh, dude, totally. Oh my gosh.
George Costanza.
Oh, you totally are, dude. Totally are, dude. That was like beyond fire. I had the best time, and I hope they never get rid of it. Never.
I really hope they don't.
No.
There's like not one thing, because we each tried. We did like family style. We
Sure.
all ordered something different. We all tried each other's food, and as I said, there was not one thing on there.
No. That's why I said there was not one bad thing. And our server Edgar was like on top of everything.
And that's just how they are at Mythos. It's like nothing is. They have professionals.
Oh, by far.
You can tell by the food. Professional chefs. They know what they're doing. Wait staff.
Oh, for sure.
Operations. It's just.
Oh, for sure.
It said there was a sign. I don't know if you had already mentioned it, but there's a sign outside above the door that it was the #1 theme park restaurant for 10 years straight, coming from Theme Park Insider.
Yeah, that statement right there. And then one thing I want to add before I answer 2 more comments and we end tonight's Q&A is, we were told by Edgar, our waiter for the night, he's like, just to let you guys know, because he wasn't aware that me and Tommy have never been to Mythos. Well, if you guys have been here, in the last year or so, we've changed the menu. And I said, out of like when we were done with the whole dinner and the experience and we're doing our final thoughts outside for each one of our channels, I said on my channel is that I don't think Mythos is going anywhere either, because again, with that banner being 10 years of every single year being the #1 favorite, but also the fact that they're willing to change menus tells me right then and there that it's not going anywhere.
And
because
he said it to all of us, but you were the one that caught and put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Of what he said, and I didn't even really think of it until you said it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, that's true. If they just recently updated their menu and they changed food items, why would they do that if they were getting rid of it?
Exactly.
Well, I did notice it's March, and they had a women's entree that had her story next to it, like the symbol. So they could have changed it for Women's Month. I'm not sure. I'm hoping you're right instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think they would not put the energy and the level and the time and effort if they're planning on getting rid of it.
Right.
They would have just kept it the original menu and said, we'll just run it out until
even
it's
just
boring.
Keeping the sign up.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that kind of like a hypocrisy slap in the face that you're going to say you're the #1 theme park restaurant in the world for 10 years straight, and then you're going to say, oh yeah, we're closing.
Exactly. And I'll tell you this, that I'm not even kidding. When we walked in there might have been a couple tables available, but literally right when we started getting the entrees, filled up.
Oh yeah,
filled up.
It's kind of difficult to get a reservation at Mythos.
Yeah.
So when you lock one in, you definitely want to keep it.
Oh, 100%. But Giant Pierce says George is going to get us kicked out from Remy's in Paris. I think he is. I think we're going to have the secret Paris police after us. I guarantee it. I can almost bet on it.
Well, hey, Peter's gonna have to hold us down out there since he got the connects out in Paris.
Yeah, you heard it. You're going to be our tour guide. That's going to be fun. John says, how was the restaurant on the top of Grand Helio? So we are not going to do the restaurant until day 3 because George and Abby have something to do tomorrow. They're going to a friend's wedding. So when we go back for the 3rd day for all 4 of us, we are going to hit that restaurant on top of the Grand Helios.
And not even just the restaurant. We're going to go around the whole entire hotel. Because I really would like to see. I mean, this is the second time I've been in Epic Universe, but I've only saw the exterior.
Yeah.
So I want to see what the big hullabaloo is on the inside. So I'm very curious.
100%. And I think we got to do that. And then that restaurant right next to it, was it the Blue Dragon? I think you have a reservation for.
We have reservations.
Okay, so we're going to do the Blue Dragon. And then was there anything else that you said you wanted to do on day 3 that you want me and Tommy to wait for?
Day 3 was not really wait, because I know you guys are going to go for Donkey Kong Minecart Madness tomorrow. But I would like to still do it with you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll do Donkey Kong, and then you missed out on Hiccup's Wing Glider.
We're going to do that tomorrow.
You're going to do that tomorrow. But again,
we got to do that again.
I want to do it. I would like to just do it.
That's my favorite ride.
I love that roller coaster.
Dude, Stardust is down. This is my favorite ride there so far.
Yeah.
I told you that was a hit.
Yeah. I mean, outside ride. Monsters Unchained is for sure my favorite.
I think, but as like a coaster, like aside from Velocicoaster and Hagrid's, obviously, but I think, and in Epic, I think Hiccup's Wing Glider.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to do it 100%. Well, I'm gonna answer one more comment. I'm gonna go to Remy D because Remy D is awesome. Remy D says, "Oh my God, Hiccup is so good.
It is
so good.
It is."
So I'm definitely gonna hit that. But George, Tommy, without being on camera, obviously, do you want to add anything?
You want to go first, Tommy?
After you, what do you think real quick? I'm trying to
you're too
reassess.
Well, I just have to say, honestly, day 2 was just as successful as day 1. And I have to say, and I told the guys earlier today that it's the days are moving, but they're not dragging, but they're not speeding by, which I like it. It has a nice pace to it where we're not burning out of steam very quickly, but yet we're still hyped to do
for
stuff.
sure.
So I like that. So there's still plenty of stuff to come. As I said, I'm working on my vlogs. Conductor got his, and he got his lives going, and Tommy got his food reviews and everything. So, and as I said, we only finished day 2 of Universal. There's still several days left of that, and then we go into the Walt Disney World territory. So.
That's crazy. So I want to ask you guys, and I kind of asked already, but I think what we should do, because when is the last day of the Universal side of things?
The 9th.
Which is like what day? Like, I mean, like Monday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. So if that's the last, I want to know if you guys, because what's Tuesday for us? If that's the last day of Universal.
So Tuesday the 10th starts Walt Disney World, but it's not actually a park. We get we're going resort hopping.
Resort hopping. So what's our first reservation? What time is that?
Our first reservation on the 10th is Beaches and Cream at 12:30.
Okay, so what I would like to do, if it's possible, and again, we can figure out the logistics, what I'd like to do is do a kind of live stream on my channel where we're all on camera and we talk about Universal for about an hour and a half.
I'm sleeping that day.
Okay, well, you're sleeping.
I'm going to pass on that, so I would say you can't do it in this room. Maybe in George's, bro.
Well, I'm doing... Tommy's a party pooper anyway.
Yeah. Well, you're up 24/7.
I am up 24/7. But if George, if you want to do it, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
And then we'll definitely do one on your channel where Tommy, you don't get sleep that day. We're gonna go on Hollow Gelato, and all 3 of us are gonna be on that. Because if not, I'm gonna come over there and hit you with a pillow, and I'm gonna knock you out.
Yeah, join the live with that. Do that on the live.
No, I'm not doing that. That's
you can title it Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk. More like Pillow Slam.
Oh
man.
Oh my God, you guys are ridiculous. Tommy, you're ridiculous, but I love you anyway. But I want to thank you guys for joining day 2 review of Islands of Adventure, and the video will be dropping tomorrow, hopefully around the same time, because for whatever reason YouTube's been nice to me, but it doesn't like George for whatever stupid reason.
Folks, the first vlog that we did for Epic Universe is on the verge of coming out. It was supposed to come out last night, then it was supposed to come out this morning. I'm going to really try to get it out tonight. It may premiere late. Whoever is up, feel free to watch it, or you may wake up tomorrow and it'll be on there, so definitely check it out. What I love about what I'm doing with these particular park vlogs is something a little bit different because of what my ultimate goal is.
Sure.
With showing the guys around these parks. Is a lot of it is me interviewing them.
Yes.
In the park right after we're done doing something.
Which is fire.
And
fire,
and that way you guys will see, even though Conductor and Tommy and I are talking about it live with you, but you'll see the real raw reaction right after we're done doing something.
And that's going to be exclusively with me and Tommy both on Hollow Gelato.
Yeah, and I wanted to say one thing. Man, George and Abby, I really appreciate you guys really doing everything, but really even showcasing us on your channel like that. I really,
Absolutely.
really appreciate that. And man, everybody watching Conductor live, man, Conductor's been killing it lately. I don't know, man, he's shooting up. So keep rocking with him, man. He got the work in. So you already know, man, Conductor is going to do this crazy, 11 more day run?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, 11 more days of these live streams in a row. Keep it up.
And as I told Tommy yesterday, so now I get to say it again, 2 parks done, 5 to go.
Oh my
gosh. Dude, I said earlier, I kid you not, Drew was speechless when you said, I am taking Tommy Toon World and Conductor through 7 brand new theme parks. He almost fainted.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to say.
Yeah. He
was speechless.
By the end of this trip, I'm going to turn to Tommy and say, are you still enjoying yourself? And he's like, this is the 14th day. I am fed up and tired. Leave me alone.
Maybe.
Hey, we'll see.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah,
there's one comment I want to bring up because it was funny as hell. Of course, Peter says it because Peter's funny like that.
Peter with the quips.
Oh God, here we go. Giant Peter says the Pillow Talk Hollow Toon Chew sleepover.
That's horrible.
Hollow Toon Chew.
Hollow Toon Chew. But I like the coin though. Good. He always coins a good phrase.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. Oh my gosh. But I want to thank everybody for joining this live stream Q&A series. We're going to do another Q&A tomorrow night where I'm going to be reviewing Epic Universe a little bit more and maybe do kind of a little bit of maybe what I've seen at the resort we're staying at, kind of going into detail and how that's all working out. I think I'll talk about a little bit of the dining plan a little bit. So to kind of fill in that gap. And then the day after that, we're doing a Studios Park.
Yes.
Right.
Which we got some fun things planned for that day. So definitely make sure to join Conductors live on that night. Definitely.
Yeah.
We tune in on every night, but
yeah, 100%.
There's always going to be something new, and chances are we're going to have wild and crazy stories each day. So
wait, hey, is Peter still up? Is Peter still in the chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Peter, what day, if there was a day, should Conductor go live in a park? What park would you want him to go live stream in?
So
it's going to be Epcot, Epic tomorrow, Epic the 3rd day, Magic Kingdom. I mean, if you had to choose one day for Conductor to go live,
where I'm on location.
Yeah, if anybody could write in the comments, man, we need at least one answer.
I know what I would.
What
I would suggest. Honestly, I would say tomorrow.
Epic
tomorrow
because you have multiple days at Epic.
Yeah,
it's the newest park.
Yeah.
And
no one goes live.
No, because literally we were there
And we didn't see anyone go live.
No one. So I think honestly, not a lot of people go live in a Universal park, let alone the newest park.
Right.
So my vote is, and you can do whatever you like, but I think honestly Epic.
So John's saying Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday. What days are that?
Because today.
Tomorrow is Saturday. Right?
Yeah. So Saturday. So Peter.
And actually, John makes a really good point.
What's that?
Because on a Saturday, people would have more time
to view
to view and tune in.
Giant Peter finally answered. He said Epic, so I will do it tomorrow.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, we had to get that squared away. Tomorrow's going down there. We got some heat. Pay attention to me and Conductor's channel, and we're meeting up with someone big, locked in all day. So stay tuned.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait.
But everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. And I'll see you on location at Epic Universe because I will set up the stream for. I'll set it up as soon as I finish the video for Islands, and I'll set it up. That way, it's already ready to go.
Sick.
But everybody have a wonderful night, and I will see you on location tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.